This is the voice of Heidie Calero with another economic capsule, which we have entitled this week as "Is the Puerto Rico Economy on steroids?" Well, there is a question mark after that title. And we have been hearing some analysts, some people from the government, even the governor saying, "Oh yes, Puerto Rico is in recovery. We are on a roll." Even the Puerto Rico Planning Board said that for fiscal 2022, the one that finished in June 30th of 2022, and that real economic growth was 3.7% positive growth. Well, let's have a look at 7 indicators which give you a bird's eye view of the economy. As you see in this first graph, the first 2 columns are referred to the Economic of Activity Index. It's an index of 4 indicators that they are not exactly the real GNP growth, but they track real GNP growth. So they give you a hint. It's on a quarterly basis. We have averaged them on a fiscal year so that you have an idea. Fiscal year 2022 compared with fiscal year 2023. And in fiscal year 2022, this Economic Activity Index said that it grew 5%. And in fiscal 2023, it grew only 0.3%. So you know that this economy is really not growing. It's either going downhill, or at best it's 0% growth. The next indicator that you see here, remember that the orange columns are fiscal year 2022 and the blue columns are fiscal year 2023. Well, for the Purchases Manufacturing Index, which gives you an idea of how manufacturing sector is coming along, well, it grew 2% in fiscal 2022, but it's now on a roll downward, negative 1% in manufacturing. For employment, which is a great indicator of how the economy is doing, well, in fiscal 2022, it grew 7%. But now, in fiscal 2023, the one that just finished, it was negative 0.2%, when we need so much in terms of jobs to really get this recovery going. Then the price index, the consumer price index in fiscal 2022, the Puerto Rico Department of Labor here told us that it was 4.6% increase, but we were hoping that it would start its downward decline. No, fiscal 2023 was 5.4%. Let's look at the sale of new and existing housing units, which the Office of Commissioner Financial Institution provides as well. In 2022, there was a decline of 6% in those sales. In 2023, it was even worse. It's negative 20%. And then finally, it's automobiles. And again, the sale of new cars in 2022, it went down negative 3.5%. And for fiscal 2023, it continued its downward trend. And especially these last 2 are impacted by this increase in mortgage rates and in interest rates, which the Federal Reserve has been on a roll because inflation, they want to temper inflation back to its target level of 2%. So they have been rising enormously, and they have impacted especially these last 2 sectors. Let's look at this second graph, which is going into employment. Where are the jobs? Are they growing? In which sectors? Well, again, we are comparing 2022 fiscal year, which is the green bar that you see here, and fiscal year 2023, which is the purple bar. And as you can see there, jobs are not growing in finance, neither in services, least of all in construction, and only they are rising a little bit in the government, which is not a good news. More or less in manufacturing, again, very tepid, very timid increase of 1%. Even self-employment is not as growing as in fiscal 2022. Agriculture, yes, 5%, but it comes from a very tiny number of employees, so any growth will be magnified, but still there is some growth there, as well as in transportation and other utilities. So not much growth in terms of jobs, and important ones like construction, it's not happening there. Well, where is the inflation? Where are prices rising? This next graph depicts for you, again, fiscal year 2022 is the orange bar, and fiscal 2023 is the purple bar. As you can see there, where is this magic increase in 2022? It was gasoline prices. As you see there, it grew 38%. Now it has been sort of tampered down, but it's still growing at 5% clip. Food and beverage, it's a 10% increase compared to last year of 6%. So where are the increases? Yes, in all sectors, but especially in food and beverage and gasoline. This fourth graph depicts for you the sale of housing units, which I depicted for you in the first graph, but this time looking into the new housing units and then the existing housing units. And fiscal year 22, again, the orange bars and the orange column, and fiscal year 2023, the green bars. On the left-hand side are the new housing units that are being sold, and they're negative 27% in fiscal year 2023. Let's look at the existing units, which are more than the new housing units because they are not being built. Well, the picture is even worse. Negative 19% compared to a downward decline of negative 6% back in 2022. And finally, what's happening with the sales of new units of cars? Well, you can see it here in fiscal year on a monthly basis from July through June of fiscal year 2022 compared with 2023. 2022 is the green line and 2023 is the purple line. And as you can see there, 2023 is below what is happening in terms what happened in 2022, which means that in fiscal year 2022 they sold 126,074 units, new units, compared with fiscal year 2023 of 121,251. In sum, is the Puerto Rico economy on steroids? No. Are we done? A resounding no. We are still a long way to go. If you liked our economic capsules, don't forget to go to YouTube under the voice of Heidie Calero. Give us a like and subscribe to the voice of Heidie Calero. Remember, this is a service of Puerto Rico Economic Pulse, and that the economy is all of us. Thank you.